Hey, what's up? Metta World Peace here, back with X vs. X Sports podcast, where we like to talk about sports physically, playing games on the hardwood, or esports. I think it's really interesting the way digital media is going and the way people can engage. So I always feel like we should talk about those things. There's lots of opportunities in sports. There's also lots of job opportunities in sports. If you look at it, coaching jobs, and this is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So in 2014, it was 250,000 coaching jobs. So obviously, there's only 30 head coaching jobs in the NBA, maybe another thousand or so in college, and then that's not including the assistant coaching jobs. So I think like when you're out there wanting to be a coach, it's very important to definitely have a plan B, and I'm sure a lot of coaches do, just in case you don't make it to a big NBA assistant making 250 grand, per season, or even 500 grand, or a head coach even making millions. So you want to have that plan B, but also you want to prepare yourself. It's really good to apply for coaching jobs because you're helping the youth, you're helping kids. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of coaches that apply for coaching jobs and they forget that they have to take care of themselves first, and they're taking care of the kids and, they're so focused on the youth, but they forget that you have to put food on your table. So there's a lot of things with coaching that I think you just have to be aware of. Obviously, in the United States, it's a huge opportunity, for people to get involved in sports at an all-time high right now. I just want to encourage you, to make sure you do it, the right way. Obviously, in sports, we have a huge problem with the stigma, which is being released a little bit. The stigma of if somebody said they need help and how do they go about it without being embarrassed. Now it's a little easier. I probably was one of the catalysts for that in 2010 when I said I want to thank my psychiatrist. But we have to be very supportive of our athletes who are going through things, and also we have to be supportive of our social workers, our psych majors, and we need more and more kids getting into psychology. It's about an estimated 106,000 psychologists possess current licenses in the United States. So it's really hard to pay if you can't. So you need a therapy session. How are you going to pay, right? They do have some schools. I think the Chicago University offers sessions with their students for like $15 an hour. So I think psychology and sports go hand in hand, and X vs. X Sports at YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, at X vs. X Sports. We definitely support that early. We want to make sure that we are supporting mental health issues and supporting the community. Other cool jobs in sports, physical therapy. Even if you're an athlete and you are, say like you are a really top level athlete, but you just can't quite get onto a team. This happens all the time. It should be more athletes, high level athletes in physical therapy. Just think about it. All you athletes out there that had a dream to make it, some graduated college, but is in a tough spot financially. Well, physical therapy, I pay $125 and I bill my insurance if I need it, right? So if you're an athlete physical therapist, you can probably charge $250 an hour, $200 an hour, which is, I'm going to do some math right now. So if I charge $200 an hour, Metta World Peace physical therapist, $200 an hour, and I'm working, let's say 9 to 5, 8 hours. So let's say I'm working truly 4 hours a day. So times 4, that's one day. So that's $800 today. Then let's just say 31 days in a month. Let's just say we're working 20 days out the month. So that's 16,000 in a month. Uncle Sam will take their tax. Now let's just go 12 months. That's 192 grand before tax, and it's a really huge opportunity for athletes to get into physical therapy. They say the annual salary is 84,000. Well, that's back in 2014. The annual salary was 84,000. $40 per hour, which is a really good job. So sometimes an athlete could be stuck in the world where they were the best and they would never do physical therapy job. But the sports is a business. So even if you're good enough, the most talented, you still might not make it because there's only 451 NBA spots. So you gotta look at other opportunities. Athletes in getting their social worker's license, athletes becoming psychologists. A huge opportunity there for you to generate revenue for yourselves and income and help people. Let's look at mental health professionals. So according to the U.S. Department Labor's Bureau of Labor and Statistics, there are roughly 550,000 mental health professionals practicing in the U.S. And that's from 2007 to 2010 database. So obviously those numbers has changed. I don't think it's that difficult to get your mental health license, degree, whatever field you go in, and you could charge the same thing, depending on if you're going to be for a lower end or a higher end, or you're going to be in a group setting. But obviously, it's a really good income, and you're helping. More athletes should get involved in mental health as a professional. So let's talk about other opportunities from an entrepreneurial level. 3 in 5 Americans want to make their dream of owning a business a reality. And that's a study from 2018. So, and this study was trying to figure out how many people, or what's the percentage of people that want to be like sports owners, sports executives. It's a huge opportunity for people that want to become sports executives, but you can't necessarily get in the NBA. 1, if you don't have the capital. 2, if you're not connected. 3, you don't have the experience, but you're just trying to figure out your way. There's a lot of other things you can do that don't cost a lot of money, or some that don't cost money, like starting the AAU team, seeing how it feels to actually travel with basketball players and how basketball players think. Monetizing your brand. Look what LeVar Ball did. Why try to continue to become an NBA owner if you don't have that opportunity when you can start, your own brand as an aspiring basketball executive? And these are the things that experts like to talk about and like to teach. It's not only about basketball and who's the best, which we're going to be reporting and documenting all that on Experts Exports, but it's also about how can we help a guy or girl reach their dreams of becoming an owner of a team, owner of a league, branding a team. So definitely reach out to us at Experts Exports. We would love to interview you. If you have these aspirations, we would love to get you involved with Experts Exports as we do amazing things. Another really good opportunity for athletes, professional trainers. Imagine, and this is reaching a little bit, but just imagine Kobe Bryant trains you, I'm sure people would love that. And there's a huge opportunity for professional trainers. I mean, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are 267,000 personal trainers in 2012. And this is all old research I did as I was starting my company. I didn't update the research. And the IBIS World Industry Report puts the number slightly lower at about 259,000. So that number, they said that number is going to grow to 338,000 by 2018, and that was in 2012. So it's a huge opportunity for professional athletes to get into personal training also. There's obviously other opportunities out there, but this podcast today was more educational. We wanted to talk about the opportunities out there for athletes. Get yourself involved. If you didn't make it professional, you don't have to sulk. You don't have to feel down. You don't have to feel like, man, I didn't make it. There's other opportunities out there for you to provide some income. And like I said, personal training, therapists, you know, these are jobs that can pay according to your experience also. You could definitely be generating $1 million in 5 years, $1 million in 6 to 7 years, depending on what level you at. And that's just talking about high-level athletes. After tax, 500 grand. Uncle Sam will take his or hers, whoever's collecting. So with that being said, stay encouraged. Metta World Peace, X vs. X Sports. We'll see you next time.